Most of what you've been told about speaking with confidence and authority isn't just wrong, it's working against you. Change your posture, your pace, your projection. Every time you follow that advice, you actually come across as less credible, and I can prove it. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 shifts, not tips, not tricks, 5 actionable shifts that will transform the way you speak permanently. Now, each of these shifts comes from a real moment, something I've lived, something I've learned, and something I've taught, and something that actually works. Now, I've spent years working on these shifts with myself and with people like you that are smart, that are capable, and that are just learning how to communicate the wrong way. Let's rip into shift number 1. Know your room. I used to work in finance and I was in a board meeting with the head of sales. He was trying to unleash this new crazy concept. The problem was, it wasn't interesting. He hadn't consulted me. He hadn't consulted any of my team. And he'd made no effort of understanding our current state, which was terrible because sales sucked. We'd had new management changes and he just didn't read the room. Now I zoned out. His ideas were irrelevant. They meant nothing to me. And the thing was, when I zoned out, I noticed everyone else was zoning out too. He'd lost us. He hadn't read the room. He had no idea. In the famous words of Stephen Covey, seek first to understand, then to be understood. If only the head of sales could have asked 3 simple questions, he would have nailed his presentation and we would have been inspired. So before you speak, I want you to ask yourself these 3 simple questions. Question number 1, where is my audience right now? Mentally, emotionally, where are they? Am I speaking to a bunch of stressed out people that don't want to be there? Am I speaking to a bunch of enthusiastic people that can't wait to hear what I want to say? The way you deliver, the length of time you focus on each point, and what you say can be dramatically changed if you know your room. Question number 2, what do they want to hear? Not what do I want to say? So often people get obsessed about what they're saying. They forget to actually think about what does the audience want to hear? You don't have to change your point of view, but you do have to understand why the audience are actually there. Lastly, question number 3, what expectation do the audience have? Is there an expectation there? What is it? Are they there to learn? Are they there just to be informed? Are they there to be challenged? See, this all comes back to building confidence and authority, because the more you know about your audience in advance, the more that you can tailor what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. Once you've got this information, you can better nail your scripts and your delivery. And not only will it help you build authority, it'll build your confidence too. Now, confidence is complex, and we'll deal with this later in the video. But for now, let's deal with what's actually happening inside you before you speak. That leads us to shift number 2. Don't fight it. Now, this one's personal. And natural inclination is to fight nerves. And the most nervous I've ever been in my entire life was on my wedding day. I was excited, I was full of love, I was literally shaking. I hadn't eaten for hours. I can't remember when I last had a glass of water. I had friends, I had family, I was full of love. It was insanely stressful. I was nervous as hell. I was honestly so nervous, which is all well and good, and I'll tell you why later. But the problem was, in that moment, I try to fight my nerves. I try to suppress them. And when you do that, you never win. Now, every bit of speaking advice based around nerves and nervousness tells you, take a deep breath, which can be important. Think positively, stand straight, but this is totally incorrect. But here's what I found. It doesn't work. And you can't think your way out of a feeling. It just doesn't work. So what did I do? I looked in the mirror. I said to myself, I'm nervous. I'm shitting myself, if I'm really honest, but that's okay. So what did I do? I named it, I reframed it, then I used it. Let me explain. How did I feel in that moment? I felt totally nervous. And I literally said to myself, I feel totally nervous right now. I'm shitting myself. Not literally, but internally. Yes, I was. I was completely nervous, but that's okay. I named it aloud, actually in front of a mirror. It made me feel slightly better. And then I said to myself, Jace, your nervousness is actually excitement. It's a massive shift or a massive flip. So I thought, great, I'm excited. I am excited. And ultimately, I looked in the mirror and I said, thank you. Thank you for being excited. I appreciate that. I said thank you to my body. I said thank you to my mind. And then I thought, now it's time to use it. I've named it, I've reframed it, and I'm going to bundle up that excitement and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to nail the best speech of my life. And I did. This might sound simple, but it works. And let me explain why. You can't actually access the good feelings if you're fighting against the bad ones. You need to let go of that resistance. Name it, reframe it, then use it. Now, this is not a mindset trick. This is just about being really honest with yourself. Don't judge it. Just start off by naming it, reframing it, and then go and use it. Soon I'm going to give you the shift that the speaking industry has completely got wrong. But first, shift 3 of 5, and this is the one that most coaches get completely backwards. Shift number 3 of 5, work with what you've got. Are you a quiet speaker, a loud speaker? Do you speak fast? Do you speak slow? Whatever it is, you need to understand how you speak first and foremost. We're not trying to reinvent you. We're trying to improve upon what you currently do. And here's where most people get it wrong. You don't need to become a completely different speaker. See, the speaking industry is built on making you feel like you've got to be someone else, but you don't. And that's exactly what's holding you back. I get it. We watch great speakers like Steve Jobs, Martin Luther King Jr., and Mr. Bean. Not Mr. Bean. And we want to be like them. We want to learn to deliver like them. We want to learn to express like them. But ultimately, we're not them. You're you. And that's what makes you important. And that's what makes you great. And that's what makes you different. So the thing is, we need to look at ourselves. We need to record ourselves, and we need to look at our natural strengths. But seriously, we can get inspired by speakers, but we want to work with our natural strengths and abilities. And the best way to do this is to record yourself and have a look at what you do and how you sound. Are you naturally a quiet speaker? Sure, you can work on increasing your volume a little bit, but focus more on your sentence structure and your delivery and own the quietness. Have you been told you're a fast speaker? Sure, work on slowing it down a touch, but use the energy that you have there in your fast speaking and put it into expressing yourself, because that energy is yours and it's unique to you. So grab your phone, record yourself, watch yourself and listen. Take notes of what you do well and take notes of where you could slightly improve. And again, you're not trying to reinvent yourself, you're just trying to improve on what you currently do. The best communicators we see, they're not the loudest, they're not the most polished, but they've learned to work with what they've got and improve upon that. They're the most themselves, they've just refined that version. Ultimately, become aware of your natural strengths. Learn to amplify them, improve upon them, but don't try and reinvent yourself. Work to refine, not replace. Ultimately, be kind to yourself. This is not easy. Okay, soon we're getting to shift number 5, but let's hit shift number 4 first. It's a game changer for authority. Shift number 4 of 5, and one of my favorites, keep it simple. Now, this one might sting a little, but just hear me out here. Overcomplicating things when we speak is not about impressing your audience. It's actually you not having done the work to simplify it for your audience. Steve Jobs absolutely nailed it here. He said, simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple. But it's worth it in the end, because once you get there, you can move mountains. Now, I'm going to keep this simple, but seriously. Many people love complexity. They think it makes them sound smart, it makes them feel smart, but the problem is it's really unfinished thinking. Now, it's hard to make something simple, especially if we don't use ChatGPT. But the point is, when you're expressing something that you've got specific knowledge on, complexity is easy, but it's not easily digestible by your audience. And the thing is, we think that complexity signals that authority or that confidence, but it doesn't. It's the perfect way to lose your audience, to lose their attention, and to lose any authority they give you. Ultimately, complexity just signals unfinished thinking. And simplicity is harder, but it's so much more powerful, especially if you want to exude authority and display your confidence. So next time you go to speak, resist the urge to be complex, long-winded. Simplify things, break them down, make them easily digestible. So before you go to speak, ask yourself one question. What is the one thing or the one bit of information I want my audience to leave with? Not 3, not 5, the one thing. And build your speech around that. Simplify it around that. The best thing again is to practice aloud. What did you take away from that? Did you take away complexity? Did you really understand your point? If you have the opportunity, show that recording to a friend or a colleague and ask what their takeaway was. Get real life experience. I find that when I go to speak or present and I watch myself, I like to ask myself 3 simple questions. Number 1 is, can I simplify this even further? Can I? Can I make it easier for my audience to understand? How can I make it easier for my audience to understand? What are the steps I need to go through? So yeah, can I simplify it even further? Try it. Question number 2 is, what is the overarching one thing that I want my audience to remember? Am I reinforcing that point throughout? Is it present? Or have I derailed myself on certain points? So yeah, what is that one thing? And question number 3, will they remember this speech tomorrow? I'll then make the adjustments in what I'm saying and how I'm saying it, and I'll watch and ask the questions again. Every good speech requires practice, and lots of it. And ultimately, if you can't simplify things, you don't know the subject matter well enough. Okay, shift number 5. Stop talking and start listening. Now this is the shift that completely ties everything together, and it can be used anywhere. So stop talking and start listening. What do I mean? Look, I get it when you're speaking, it's about you speaking and about you delivering. But whether it's to one person or to 500, you still have the ability to stop speaking and ask a question. Asking a question in a one-to-one or a small group will ignite some sort of conversation. Asking a question to a larger group ignites their internal thoughts and it gains attention. It's so powerful. See, when we're nervous or excited and we're presenting or we're about to present, we naturally have this inclination to want to speak and speak faster, but when you speak fast, you lose people. So the idea is to give space to the conversation or the presentation and ask questions. But there's a key caveat to this. You need to ask open-ended questions, not closed questions, open questions. Then once you've asked an open-ended question, you need to stop, pause, and listen. In a small setting, you're waiting for the person you're speaking to reply, or the small group to start talking amongst themselves or at you. In a larger setting, you're giving space between your next word to enable the group to think. And that is so powerful for both authority and confidence. The most important thing you can do in conversation is to make the other person feel important. Yeah? Important, but you know what I mean. If the person you're speaking to feels important, they're going to be listening to you. They're going to look at you as a more authoritative figure. And you're naturally going to feel more confident as well. So it blends everything together. The great thing about questions and open-ended questions is they create engagement. Let's have a look at an example. A closed question could be, was that useful? Kind of stumps growth. There's nowhere to go from there. An example of an open question could be, what was your biggest takeaway from today? 2 different questions, 2 different responses, dramatically different result. One opens conversation, one ends it. One keeps you at the center and one puts your audience there. The most confident speakers in the world make their audience feel heard. And that's where you generate real authority from. Now that you know that speaking with confidence and authority isn't about becoming Obama or Steve Jobs, it's about becoming a better version of yourself. That takes recording, that takes reflection, and it takes practice. So which of the 5 shifts are you going to use first?